Hello, I'm Howard Schechter, proprietor of The Perfect Edge, and it's a business I started about 22 years ago, and based on a lifetime of sharpening different blades and tools. And about 22 years ago is when this whole straight razor craze started, and it's something that I immediately gravitated towards because it's extreme honing. It's not like sharpening a knife or an axe, and you've got to be using a very delicate hand to do it. And little changes make big changes in the way that the razor shaves your face. So I went to a barn sale in Rutland, Mass, and bought a tackle box full of whetstones that were all dirty and greasy and oily, and I took them home and I cleaned them. And there was one that I found that I had no idea how it was made or where it came from, and it turned out it was a naturally double Belgian whetstone. I found it through the geological databases, and I got in touch with the Sallee family, who are in the southeast of Belgium. And it's a family quarry that has been in place since Roman times. In fact, Pliny the Younger actually trailed with the Roman army and talked about the Belgian stones of Vilsam, because the Romans sharpened their swords and their lances with the Belgian stones. That's how long they've been in use. They have been the stone of choice for barbers for a few hundred years. And the Belgians were very happy to hear from me, because they were just thinking about the American market, and I showed up, and next thing I knew, there was a box of stones, very unusual stones, on my kitchen table, and I took my kitchen knife and I sharpened it on one of the blue Belgian stones. There are two. There's a blue and a yellow. And after a minute on the blue stone, the blade felt sharp, and I said, "Oh, this can't be." And then I tested it on my arm hair, and it was like, "Oh my God, it's sharp. What is this thing?" So I experimented further with them and talked to Maurice Sallee, the father. Rob Sallee is the son, and he was very pleased that I had such good positive results. And we started. I started receiving these and selling them in the American market. Now, they were in the U.S. up until about 1900. But then the Pike Company in New Hampshire, which sold them, was bought by the Norton Company of Worcester, Massachusetts. And what they did was they stopped selling natural stones and wanted Pike to be the sales arm for their new manufactured refractory stones. So they disappeared from the American market until I showed up and reintroduced them into the American market. So I know that if you go on the various websites for shaving, some people don't believe that or don't know about that, but some of the people who've been around the industry for a long time know that, and were instrumental in my early success with the Belgian stones. So these are the Belgian stones. This is the conical, and it's like a cream color yellow. They vary in color. It's a natural product. They're full of garnets, and it's a real unique mineralogy. That part of the world has been metamorphosed, and there's been volcanic activity there on and off, and it grew in the stone layers. It grew these beautiful conical stones, And this is the select grade conical. Now there are a number of different types of conical stones, and this has been available in the U.S. for about 6 or 7 years now, and they're of various different grades. I've tried many of them, and I don't like a lot of them. I like predictability in stones. I want to know that when I use a stone, that the razor I'm honing is going to behave the same way that the previous razor did. So I only sell the select grade. There are people who can decode the various conicals for you. Why I don't like them is another reason is you've got to use water, and then you use a light slurry, then you use a heavy slurry, then finish with no water, and there's all these various machinations you've got to go through that I don't like. And so I only sell what I consider to be the best grade, which is the select grade of conical. The other stone is this beautiful blue Belgian stone, and this type of stone is much more common in the Belgian mine, and there's only one supplier of these stones. The Belgian blue is so common that you can actually see houses with bricks made of it around Vilsam in the countryside, and people do make stone walls, and they must be beautiful because this is a beautiful blue stone.